Republic Act Number 10366, an act authorizing the Commission on Elections to establish precincts assigned to accessible polling places exclusively for persons with disabilities and senior citizens. This Republic Act have 12 sections. This Republic Act is the state shall ensure that persons with disabilities and senior citizens are able to exercise their right to political participation without discrimination or restrictions. Towards this end, the state shall design systems and procedures that will enable persons with disabilities and senior citizens to register and vote for themselves. Number 7. Proclamation Number 688 of 2013. Declaring the period of 2013 to 2022 as the Philippine Decade of Make the Right Real for persons with disabilities in support of the Third ASEAN and Pacific Decade of Persons with Disabilities. Whereas the high-level intergovernmental meeting and the final interview of the implementation of the ASEAN and Pacific Decade of Disabled Persons 2013 to 2012 was held at Incheon Republic of Korea from October 29 to November 2, 2012. During the said meeting, the participants, which included the Philippine delegation, adopted the Ministerial Declaration of the ASEAN and Pacific Decade of Persons with Disabilities 2013 to 2022 and the Incheon Strategy to Make the Right Real for the Persons with Disabilities in ASEAN and Pacific Incheon Strategy. During the National Council on Disability Affairs, regional consultations with organizations of persons with disabilities, the observance of the Third Decade of Persons with Disabilities for the period of 2013 to 2022 was recommended to build on the gains towards disability inclusive development. Number 8. Republic Act 10524-2013, an act expanding the positions reserved for persons with disability, amending for the purpose Republic Act No. 7277 as amended, otherwise known as the Magna Carta for Persons with Disability. Be it enacted by the Senate of the House Representative of the Philippine Congress assembled. Section 1. Equal opportunity for employment. Implementing rules and regulations. Section 3. Separability clause. Section 4. Repealing clause. Section 5. Effectivity clause. Number 9. Republic Act 10754-2016, an act expanding the benefits and privileges of persons with disability. Be it enacted by the Senate and the House of the Representatives of the Philippine Congress assembled. Section 1. Otherwise known as the Magna Carta for Persons with Disability, is hereby further amended to read as follows. Section 2. Section 33 of Republic Act No. 7277 as amended is hereby further amended to read as follows. Section 3. Implementing rules and regulations. The Department of Social Welfare and Development, DSWD, in consultation with the Department of Health, or DOH, the Department of Finance, or DOF, and the National Council on Disability Affairs, NCDA, shall promulgate the necessary rules and regulations for the effective implementation of the provision of this Act, provided that the failure of the concerned agencies to promulgate the said rules and regulations shall not prevent the implementation of this Act upon its effectivity. Section 4. Separability clause. If any provision of this Act is declared invalid or unconstitutional, other provisions hereof which are not affected therefore shall remain in full force and effect. Section 5. Repealing clause. All laws or their decrees, rules and regulations, and other parts thereof inconsistent with the provisions of this Act are hereby repealed, amended, or modified accordingly. Section 6. Effectivity. This act shall take effect 15 days after its publication in the Official Gazette or in two newspapers of general circulation. Number 10. Republic Act Number 11228, an act providing for the mandatory PhilHealth coverage for all persons with disability, amending for the purpose Republic Act Number 7277 as amended, otherwise known as the Magna Carta for Persons with Disability. Be it enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the Philippines in Congress assembled. Section 1. Title 2. Chapter 3 of the Republic Act No. 7277 as amended is hereby further amended by adding a new section denominated as Section 20, A to read as follows. Section 20. A mandatory PhilHealth coverage. All persons with disability or PWDs shall automatically covered under the National Health Insurance Program or NHIP of the Philippines Insurance Corporation. Premium contributors for all PWDs shall be paid by the national government, provided that the premium contribution of PWD member in the formal economy shall be shared equally by their employers and the national government. The funds necessary for the effective implementation for this act shall be sourced by the National Health Insurance Fund of PhilHealth, earmarked from the proceeds of Republic Act No. 10351, otherwise known as an act restricting the excise tax on alcohol and tobacco products by amending sections, otherwise known as the National Internal Revenue Code of 1997 as amended by the Republic Act No. 9334 and the other purposes in accordance with pertinent laws and regulations. The PhilHealth shall develop exclusive packages for PWDs that will address their specific health and development needs. Section number 2. Monitoring and Evaluation. The Department of Health, DOH, in coordination with the Department of Social Welfare and Development, the Department of Labor and Employment, the National Council on Disability Affairs, the local government until LGUs, other relevant government agencies and non-government organizations shall conduct a periodic monitoring and evaluation of the implementation of this act. Towards this end, the DOH shall maintain to update the database on PWDs and their health and development needs. The LGUs, the agencies, are directed to submit their data to the DOH. Section 3. Implementing Rules and Regulations. The PhilHealth, in consultation with the DOH and the SWD, the DOLE and NCDA, or the various national leagues of LGUs, shall promulgate the IRR within 3 months upon the effectivity of this act. Section 4. Repealing Clause. All laws, decrees, executive orders, rules and regulations, or part thereof which are inconsistent with this act are hereby repealed, amended, or modified accordingly. Section 5. Effectivity. This act shall take effect after 15 days from its publication in the Official Gazette or the newspaper of general circulation.